law, code of conduct, which provides for a period of time for certain categories of employees of the government of Liberia to resign their position in order to be eligible to canvass and contest for elective offices, is hereby amended to read as set forth below. 5.2. The following shall apply to any person in a category stated in section 5.1 of the Code of Conduct Act of 2014 who desires to canvass and contest for an elective public office. A. Any minister, deputy minister, assistant minister, director general, deputy director general, assistant director general, superintendent and assistant superintendent, and any other official of government of Liberia appointed by the President of Liberia pursuant to Article 56A of the Constitution, any managing director, deputy managing director, and assistant managing director of any corporation owned by the government of Liberia, any commissioner, deputy commissioner, and assistant commissioner of any commission established by the legislature, and any other official of the government of Liberia who negotiates and executes contracts, procures goods and services, and or manages access for and on behalf of the government of Liberia who desires to contest for any elective office within the government of Liberia shall resign his or her position at least 1 year, that is 12 calendar months, before the date on which the election for the post for which he or she intends to contest. B. In the event of the by-election necessitated by the impeachment, resignation, death, or disability of any elected official or other form of removal from office of such elected official and any person within a category of employees described in section 5.2a above, who intends to contest the election to fill such vacancy, such person must resign his or position not later than 30 days following the announcement by the National Elections Commission of the date for the election to fill the vacancy. C. In an event a person described in section 5.2a above fails, neglects, or refuses to resign his or her position in the government of Liberia within the time prescribed by this law, such person shall not be eligible to contest for the elected position for which he or she intends to contest or applies to the National Elections Commission to contest. There shall be absolute and complete no substantial compliance with the provisions of this law in order for the persons described in section 1 above to be eligible to contest any elective office. D. Any person or organization may challenge before the National Elections Commission the eligibility of a person described in section 5.2a of this law, who has not timely resigned his or her position in order to be eligible to contest for an elective office, and the burden shall be on the person who intends to contest for the elective office to prove that he or she has timely resigned. The National Elections Commission shall on its own and not necessarily on the application of any person or organization reject the application of any person described in section 5.2a above who is perceived as not having complied with the resignation requirements of this law, and the burden shall be on the person to prove otherwise to the National Elections Commission. Article 2, Amendment of Section 10.2 of the 2014 Code of Conduct. Section 1. Immediately upon enactment of this law, Section 10.2 of the 2014 Code of Conduct, which provides for the declaration of personal interests, income, assets, liabilities, and performance bond, is hereby amended to read as set forth. Section 10.2. Repository and contents of declaration. A. The declaration of personal interest, income, assets, liabilities, and performance bond as may be required shall be logged with the Liberian Anti-Corruption Commission, LACC. The LACC shall investigate and verify all such declarations compliant. B. Declaration made to the LACC shall be accessible to both the public employer and the general public only upon the order of court, in line with the Freedom of Information Act of 2010. And other relevant legislation for data protection and privacy. C. The court shall order the NCC to make available the information to the requester if it determines that the request serves as legitimate public interest, such as the detection, investigation, and prosecution of acts of corruption, amongst others. D. The court will determine the information contained in the declaration that will be made available to the requester. Under no circumstances, the court order shall make available sensitive information such as bank account numbers, credit card numbers, residential addresses, and information about cash and valuables held outside of banks and other financial institutions. E. The person accessing a declaration may not use it for 1. Any illegal purpose, or 2. Any commercial or political purpose, and only upon a court order may release the information through communications and news media in the public. F. Any prohibited use of a declaration of personal interest, income, assets, liabilities, and performance bond shall be punishable by a fine of $5,000 without prejudice to civil or criminal liabilities for unlawful use. G. All declarations made to the NCC shall be promptly updated by public officials and employees of government upon subsequent changes in his or her interest or her assets. Each declaration, along with the updates thereto, shall conform to the guideline issued by LACC and must include disclosure of income, assets, liabilities, net worth, financial and family interests held by the official or employee. H. An official appointed by the President shall declare his or her assets not later than 30 days after appointment. Failure to comply shall result into immediate suspension from office until full compliance is obtained. Article 3. Effective date. This law shall take effect immediately upon publication in the handbook. Any law to the contrary notwithstanding. Mr. Presiding Officer, Madam Court Presiding Officer, honorable ladies and gentlemen, that was the reading of the amendments to section 5.2 and section 10.2 of the 2014 Code of Conduct.
Having listened to the amendments just read of the 2014 Code of Conduct, one is away. Our distinguished colleague from Nimma County, the Doyen Honorable Larry Nyamo.
Thank you, Mr. President, co-presiding colleagues. Having listened to the conference committee report on the Code of Conduct of public officials of the Republic of Liberia, I move and I can be seconded that this report be accepted and insert there, which I know can easily be done before the end of the day for passage, that declaration be accompanied by immediate publication instead of us going to GAC or other places, for something. So that can be seconded.
No second. So second. No second.
I haven't listened religiously to the motion. Are you ready to vote? Yeah, Fofana, your reverence, please.
Presiding colleagues. Again, let me thank the committee for the incredible work done to carry out the amendment on this code of conduct. As you may know, the code of conduct been in existence over a little 6 years now, or almost 7 years, with the 8 years. There is a critical component of this bill, of this act, that has never been put into practice.
Are you debating?
No, not debate. I'm coming to the point, but I got to prepare the movement first. There's a critical aspect of this act in the past.
What's your amendment? Honorable, can you state your amendment?
My amendment is the ombudsman has not been established for more than 7 years. Past president, current president have not endeavored to do that. So my amendment is that the president should be encouraged to the establishment of the ombudsman after 60 days after the passage of this bill. 60 days.
Or
else you will not be able to implement the law. The last time the Election Commission chair escaped from court because the ombudsman was not in place. So it will be difficult to execute the law.
thank you, honorable veteran. I would have thought otherwise if we had time in our favor. We have less than a few hours to be here. Any attempt to radically change this will amount to another conference committee.
There be no law.
But I say a way out. Excuse me. You can issue
Who will implement the law?
because
No, I'm talking about who will implement the law.
eh,
In the ombudsman will implement the law. No ombudsman, how you implement the law?
Yeah, but why you can't say
honorable Kamara.
90 days, 60 days.
B-Man, are you ready to listen now? You made a motion and you walk in?
The chair coming in, it means to suspend the
I already said I heard you tell. It might be a year.
Off the record.
Observation.
Off the record.
They say where you have better interest in a case, you should recuse yourself. On your question, man, did you that you had a better interest and you reject? So
proceed.
Mr. Movement,
the man, you say will reject the man.
Honorable Fofana from Magibi, considering that there is still a way that you can address the issue of the ombudsman, that under the law you have the right to sue the executive into the court for rid of Madamus to do his job. And considering that our infusion of that particular one into this law will delay, I respectfully, with all due respect to your legislative prerogative, respectfully reject so that we can have this law passed. It's already there. It's already there. Only the executive has been reticent in implying it. So we couldn't force them to do it. You can go to court and issue rid of Madamus. Make sure it is established.
Honorable,
Why we can't get a 90-day grace period?
you're absolutely correct. So, what's your amendment? You already know.
Thank you, Mr.
Rostering Suakoko Dennis.
No, Honorable Dennis was.
Mr. Presiding, Madam Co-Presiding, distinguished colleagues, I will be ready to
No,
vote.
sorry, he do it. President 5 years, he can't do it.
Presiding, where we, number one, to do a communication to the executive as a body and enforcing the implementation of this amendment. Number two, Number 2, Mr. Presiding, Madam Co-Presiding, distinguished colleague. Having listened to what was read by Madam Chief Clerk on the declaration of asset to the movement. Mr. Movement, you will have to pay some attention. I will be ready to vote where we can swiftly amend a portion there and have the Senate to concur with us, because in the reading there's ambiguity. If you do not declare within 30 days, you'll be suspended. How long you will be suspended, and if you refuse to do it, what will be done? Number 2, the president in the code of conduct has to declare his or her asset. If he or she does not declare, what do we do? As in the case presently of the president of Liberia, who is yet to declare, who is yet to...
No, partially.
I'm speaking English.
The 45 duplex are there. The 45 duplex are there. The 45 duplex are there.
So there is an ambiguity in the law that we are about to pass, and that these critical concerns be swiftly communicated to the Senate, that we can remedy the gap that in the law there.
Thank you, our distinguished colleagues from Masaraba Christian Mafo, Magivi listener. Considering that we have, as a matter of fact, we are almost gone beyond the statutory hours that we're supposed to be working. And we have very limited time to close. We can always pass a law and amend it even a month after. So, considering that being there, a lot of due diligence that has been done to this law, and the need for us to pass it today so that it can be at least 12 months to the next election in order for it to take effect. I respectfully, being my co-chairman of the Independent Legislative Caucus, respectfully reject so that the law can pass.
Honorable Presiding, Co-Presiding colleagues, to the movement. Mr. Movement, I will be ready to vote were you to consider a simple amendment that since for the fact that this report is a conference committee report, I will be ready to vote if you were to accept that the report be passed as contained
There's a motion. You will not find
as contained in the report, and that any motion for reconsideration, that our rule be suspended so that it can be tested today and nothing but today.
Considering that the motion is nationalistic,
you accept it. So we get.
I accept.
Leave it. The fee. There is nothing our rule that suspend our rule. So we'll fight motion. And you pray that motion and they accept it, you will not fight motion. Who told you that? They say one out force.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All those against, put on your 11. All those abstain.
Honorable ladies and gentlemen, there are 10 for, none against, 2 abstentions.
Okay, none against, 2 abstentions. The final motion will reconsider the voting for or against values. So no one voted against. colleagues, I thank you very much. Before we adjourn, this distinguished, the motion is carried, and Honorable, please proceed in accordance with all rules and regulations. Distinguished colleagues, as we close today, we first want to appreciate each and every one of you for fulfilling the objective of this special session that ran from the 15th of August to the 13th of September, which is today's date, 2022. You've done a splendid good job for leaving your recess and honoring the call of the President of the Republic of Liberia to ensure that we do the people's business. You are great patriots who have fulfilled the necessary provision of the Liberian Constitution. Having said that, let me present to you and the Liberian people that we have regular session for 11 regular sessions. We have executive session 6, appearances of ministers and directors 2, total session and appearances 18. The total number of bills introduced in the House 15. The total number of bills passed 11. Number of executive bills passed 6. That include an act to ratify the investment incentive agreement between the Republic of Liberia and the Morning Mills Liberia Incorporated. The financing agreement between the Republic of Liberia and the International Development Association. The amended PFM law of 2021 to enable fiscal decentralization as contemplated by the Local Governance Act of 2018. The amended PFM law of 2021 to enable fiscal decentralization as contemplated by the Local Governance Act of 2018. The just amended version of the election law of the Republic of Liberia, and the amended version of the 2014 Code of Conduct of the Republic of Liberia. The number of Senate bills rejected, 1. Number of House bills passed, we have an act to create the PYJ Polytechnic University College and grant it the charter. An act to establish the Bell Baluman Magisterial Court in Bella District, Babolu County, Republic of Liberia. An act to amend the Liberian Revenue Code 2011 as amended the Revenue Code, thereby amending Section 806, 905, and 1022 to enhance quality of service delivery and encouragement of more investors within the sector. Number of House Joint Resolution. 1. A Joint Resolution number 002/2022 of the Senate and House of Representatives authorizing the executive branch of government to conduct the 2022 National Census of the Republic of Liberia, and same being October 24, 2022 to November 7, 2022. Total number of bills in committee room, 6. Number of bills in committee room. Okay, 6. Those are some of the bills in committee room. An act to repeal the Monrovia Consolidated School System Act of the Greater Monrovia Consolidated School System. An act to establish the Valum Polytechnic
Violent District in Lofa County, Republic of Liberia. An act to amend certain section of the new election law as amended. Okay, we did that already. Now, number of executive bills in committee room 2. That is the loan agreement between the Republic of Liberia and African Development Fund, Mano Road Development and Transport Facilitation Program Phase 3. Loan agreement among the Republic of Liberia and African Development Bank and African Development Funds as administrators of transition support facility, the Mano Road Development and Transport Facilitation Program Phase 3. Number of Senate bills in committee room 1. Distinguished colleagues, as we adjourn this distinguished session, I will urge that each and every one of us revert to our various electoral district during this break. We wish you well, we wish you great success, and let us judge on to ensure that people's business is done even while we are on recess. Thank you very much, and God bless you and save the Liberian state. Motion to adjourn.
So that's it. The House of Representatives has adjourned the special session that was called by the President of the Republic of Liberia. The presiding in chambers today is Monserrate District number 8 Representative Moses Akaras Gray. He is the chairman on the House's Committee on the Executive. So he presided today. He just read what the body did for the 1 month period, and the body has officially adjourned. And of course, the members will be going back to the various constituency to continue working there, and they will be resuming, I think, a month from now. So thanks for watching. We've been here. The body reverted the executive, and then they went for executive. They reopened. We came in. So this is how this one month special session has ended. Thanks for following us. Thanks for being there with us. My name is Prince Mowa. This is Focus on Liberia in the chambers of the House of Representatives. Let me say thanks to the CEO of the Focus on Liberia, Mr. Dennis Jar. Let me say thanks to the operation manager, Mr. Anthony Sie. Thanks to our Liberia team. The head of the team is Theophilus William. Once again, I'm Prince Mowa bidding you bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Okay. We had the retreat. You listening, Prince?
Yeah, I'm listening.
So they will be putting out the applications, position for the applications.